My wife left for a trial month with her lover, claiming she needed time to choose between him and me. I made the decision easier by filing for divorce. At 34, I never thought my marriage would disintegrate so fast. We'd been together 7 years, married for 3. Life was simple. We lived in a cozy home on a quiet, friendly suburban street. The kind of neighborhood where you wave to people walking their dogs. One neighbor's son, younger and more energetic, had caught her eye. At first, I noticed their small chats near the driveway or mailbox. I brushed it off. She was friendly with everyone. I didn't think much of it. I should have. Then one Saturday morning, she sat me down. Her eyes were uneasy. She confessed she had feelings for the neighbor's son. I sat stunned. She apologized, saying she was torn and confused. My chest tightened as I asked if she was ending our marriage. She hesitated. No, not exactly. I just need some time. A month to figure things out. I was floored. She wanted to go live with him temporarily, and then decide, like I was a job application on hold. I tried reasoning with her, but she dug her heels in, said she'd resent me if I didn't let her explore. She framed it like a mature, responsible decision. I thought it was selfish beyond words. But what could I do? I couldn't force her to stay. Maybe it was better this way. See her true self unmasked. I gave her a quiet, fine. Do what you feel you need to do. Inside, I was burning. She packed her bags and left. Just like that. The silence in the house was brutal. I tried to fill the void with work, workouts, anything, but the reality remained. My wife had left me for another man, and I was supposed to just wait. Neighbors began whispering. She was seen out with him, laughing, holding hands, looking like they were in love. Each rumor was a knife. Friends asked why I was tolerating this. My dad, ever the steady compass, said, "Son, if she really cared, she wouldn't need a month. Don't forget, you have a choice too." His words hit hard. He was right. Midway through her trial, I contacted a divorce lawyer. After explaining the situation, he told me I had every right to file. I left the office feeling conflicted, but free. I wasn't going to wait around for her verdict. I moved some funds to a separate account, just in case she tried to retaliate, and began quietly sorting through our shared possessions. One day, her friend showed up, said she wanted to mediate, claimed my wife was just seeking clarity. I shook my head. She left me for another man. That's not confusion. That's betrayal. Her friend urged patience, warning I'd regret acting rashly. I'm not the one who walked out, I said. She can't keep me on hold. As the days dragged by, she barely contacted me. Maybe she was too caught up in her new fantasy. Or too ashamed. Near the end of the month, I got a text. "Let's talk when I'm back. I'm almost ready to decide." I couldn't help but laugh. The entitlement. Exactly 4 weeks later, she walked in like nothing happened. "I've thought a lot. I want to try and make this work," she said, calm and confident, like she still held the cards. She said the neighbor's son was fun but immature, not the partner she envisioned. She offered a weak apology and tried to hug me. I felt sick. That's when I told her I'd filed for divorce. Her expression shattered. "You what?" she gasped. I repeated myself calmly. "I'm not your fallback option. I'm done." She exploded. "You can't do this. This is our marriage." I stayed steady. "You left. I'm just finishing what you started." She begged me to undo the filing. I refused. She tried tears, emotional appeals, guilt-tripping. Claimed she just needed to explore a connection. I shook my head. "You test drive a car, not a spouse." Her face fell. That day, she stormed out, angry I had stolen her moment of control. She shouted that I was ruining our future. I reminded her that she had already done that. Later, I updated my attorney. He assured me her threats held little weight, especially given the affair. Legally, I had solid ground. Over the next few weeks, she shifted tactics. Told mutual friends I had abandoned her without warning. Painted herself the victim. I told the truth to those who mattered. Some believed her. Others knew better. Apparently, the neighbor's son had moved on to someone new. She was left floundering. She even showed up at my father's house, crying, trying to convince him to talk me down. He kindly but firmly asked her to leave. My son's made his decision. The divorce negotiations began. With no kids, it was cleaner. She wanted spousal support, claiming emotional contribution. I nearly laughed. Emotional support? She packed a bag and left. Still, we reached a fair agreement. She got some money, not half. I kept the house and most of the savings. The affair documentation helped. As the final hearing approached, she made one last attempt. Texted me about the good times. Said we still had a shot. I did think of those memories, but then pictured her suitcase in hand, heading to him. That image killed any softness. I replied politely. You made your choice. I'm following through with mine. She didn't reply again. At the final hearing, the judge approved everything. She looked tired, worn down. Maybe it finally sank in that her gamble had failed. She approached me afterward, whispering, I'm sorry. I never meant for this to happen. I gave a small nod. Being bored doesn't justify betrayal. She reached out like she wanted to hug me, but I stepped back. Let's not drag this out. We're done. Tears welled in her eyes. She nodded, realizing it was final. I walked out of court feeling strangely at peace. People asked me about it. I just told them. She left to test her feelings. I filed while she was gone. My dad gave me a proud, silent nod. He never had to say, I told you so. Word got around that she was staying with relatives. The neighbor's son had already found someone else. Her so-called romance ended as quickly as it began. I've seen her around town a few times. She never meets my eyes. Maybe she's finally out of excuses. Maybe she realizes now. You don't treat someone who loves you like a backup plan. Mutual friends say she regrets everything. But regret can't rebuild what she burned. I don't hate her. I'm just done. I don't feel like I won. Just free. Free from being taken for granted. Free from endless waiting. Free from awkward family dinners dodging baby questions. Now I have peace. I'm focusing on work, rediscovering hobbies, thinking of travel. The house is quiet, but it's the kind of quiet I choose. Sometimes late at night, I reflect on how it all unraveled. One sentence. I'm leaving for a month to see if I prefer someone else. That's all it took to destroy 7 years. Will I ever speak to her again? Maybe a nod if we cross paths. But the relationship? It's dead, replaced by closure. She thought she'd return with a proud, I choose you. But I chose me. I flipped her game on its head. And that's how she learned. I am nobody's second choice.